I have been so looking forward to making this video. What's next in live streaming? We're going to forecast just a little bit to see what we might think the next year of our live streaming space will hold. Offerings from Obsbot, from Nearstream, from some new players in the space, and at the end we'll talk a little bit about Mevo. Now, before we get into cameras, let's talk about Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6 has stretched our quality of signal to the edge outer range of the 2.4 gigahertz space. Because of beamforming, which is not new technology, because of MU-MIMO, multiple user, multiple input, multiple output, and 8 antenna, and 8 of those, we're seeing data transferred go all the way to that 300 plus foot range on the 2.4 gigahertz side. And Wi-Fi 6 doubled my 2.4 gigahertz speed. If I had 300 megabits per second on my old router, I now have 600 megabits per second on my Wi-Fi 6 personal travel router. And 600 megabits per second is plenty to handle 2 or 3 cameras, each sending 15 megabits per second back and forth across a space. And what we're going to see in 24 is more live streaming cameras have the ability to take advantage of Wi-Fi 6. That is a great improvement that we're looking for. We're going to be the beneficiaries of this advancement. By the way, look up Wi-Fi 7. Netgear has a pretty good article about Wi-Fi 6 versus 7 on their website. Wi-Fi 7, which is already available, you can get a mesh network that is built on Wi-Fi 7 already. Companies are using words like quantum leap forward to describe the difference between 6 and 7. That's not necessarily coming in the next year as far as wide use, manufacturers building cameras to make use of it, but the ability to do speed across a network, distance. For example, Wi-Fi 7 is going to double speed, quadruple density. We're talking about making smaller cars on a bigger highway and handling all that traffic going back and forth across a network. Couple that with camera makers, software designers, being able to half their bandwidth requirement by introducing HEVC, H.265, as their streaming standard. And we really are shrinking down what we're sending across a huge highway. And so traffic stops being such an issue for live streamers if we can just get the cellular folks to catch up with all this so that we can hit towers and stream reliably. Okay, so enough talk about Wi-Fi, about data and how it is transmitted. Let's move on to the cameras. The Obsbot has the Tail Air now for sale, shipping currently on their website. I have a link in the description where you can go and you can purchase an Obsbot Tail Air from their website. There may still be a useful coupon code, Jason Hoffman YT. I'm not sure what the date is it's going to expire, but give it a shot. It may still be active. And we can expect this same offering on Amazon soon, from what I understand. This is a case of what's next is actually now. But the uniqueness of a PTZ head, HDMI out, NDI connectivity, that definitely puts Obsbot at the top of the what's next list. And honestly, it feels more like a bird in the hand. It's a company that has been producing quality products. They've had a fantastic Kickstarter. They have delivered on their Kickstarter within reasonable time. People are getting them in their hands. We're seeing the content on YouTube that is describing what this Obsbot Tail Air is and does, and it's good. 4K sensor, pan, tilt, zoom. the ability to put it in other software because of NDI. Folks, I'm very well excited about what Obsbot is offering into 24 just with the tail air, which is a end of 23 kind of offering. Nearstream. Nearstream is a company that kind of burst on the scene with an optical zoom. They were the first one to really offer a live streaming camera, battery operated, connected to an app, software developed, but with optical zoom, 10 times optical zoom. And they are already listing on their website their next camera. The VM33 is the camera that we've tested on this channel. The VM46 is their next offering. The VM46 is listed as a 4K sensor paired with optical zoom. Still 10 times as best I can tell, but it's going to be a great upgrade to the live streaming space. And they're targeting early 2024 as their release date for NDI to be included in their live streaming cameras. And real talk here, everybody should be including NDI in their live streaming cameras. At least it needs to be an offering to buy the license, if nothing else. Why can't camera companies go ahead and have a standard that lets us use any camera with whatever software we want to? We can piece together our live stream setup from whatever manufacturer we choose, and it's going to be good not only for the end user, but it's going to be good for the manufacturer. There are a lot of live streamers who stick with Mevo because the software is so good, but would love to buy a Nearstream with its optical zoom and plug it into the Mevo software. Their sales would still go up if they just include NDI in their software. You can read up about the Nearstream VM46, but I can't find it for sale anywhere yet. That's coming very soon from what I understand. And then there will be new players that we'll see come into the live stream space in 2024. One company that I'm in conversation with will be releasing a completely different form factor. It is shaped a lot like Insta360's X3. Now, it has a 90-degree field of view according to their marketing publication. It's going to have a 3.5-hour battery life with hot swappable batteries. Never seen anything like it. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're promising. Not only do they have a 3.5-hour battery life in a very small form factor, it's also going to have hot swappable batteries. I'm excited about that proposition. It's going to have a 4K 1:1/8-inch sensor, and it will shoot both in portrait and in landscape modes. There's a preview screen built into the camera. The lens flips around 180 degrees. A lot of unusual, thoughtful characteristics to this little offering that looks to be hitting Kickstarter sometime after the first of the year. Look for that. Look for the video preview of that here on this channel as well. I also know that Anchor, the battery company, electronics, but battery, you know them as batteries, has been developing a camera for about a year now, but I haven't seen it yet. And we know that YOLO Live has their YOLO Cam in development, and you can find some content about it across YouTube already. Well, that takes us down to Mevo. And Mevo seems to be the company that started this boom of live streaming. They were, in fact, positioned perfectly when COVID hit. They had a couple of years under their belt. They were already in their second camera offering by the time COVID hit, and everybody needed to live stream during COVID. But they are remarkably tight-lipped about what is next for them. Now, I have a hunch that 2024 will be very exciting for Mevo. Their software advances in 2023 have been spectacular. I mean, consider the idea that in their Android app for multicam right now, there is the ability to connect with NDI to a PTZ camera and control the pan, tilt, and zoom of said camera. Control the focus of that camera. Mevo doesn't even offer a PTZ cam, yet they've baked that into their software because they recognize it's something valuable that end users can use. That's a good company right there. And 2024 will be a very exciting year for Mevo as they look forward. But overall, whether it's Obsbot, whether it's Nearstream, whether it's one of these new companies, whether it is Mevo, all of them make for an incredibly exciting live streamer year for the rest of us, because we're going to have some great advancements in what we can do, in the distances that we can cover, in the bandwidth that we can use, in our ability to stream reliably to end users who we need to have good quality footage in front of, because they need the experience of seeing what we're streaming. It just makes community better.